Okay, listen, guys. I am a musical theater kid, okay? It is my job to complain about things. That being said, today we're going to be talking about movie musicals. And, there's an important thing I have to preface before the start of this video. This is my opinion, okay? So, that means that it's probably not going to match your opinion. And you know what? That's okay. Because opinions aren't really supposed to match each other. They're just supposed to be a personal choice, not a factually 100% objective agreeable thing. I'm going to say things today, and you're going to listen to them. And if you don't agree with them, that's okay. Don't threaten to kill me over it, okay? Please, I don't need that. Listen, I'm just here to talk about Andrew Garfield and Tick, Tick, Boom. I'm not here to, go on the run for my life because a bunch of theater kids told me that they're going to kill me over a steak. So, don't do that.
They're singing happy birthday. You just want to lay down and cry.
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Tara. If you're not new, hi, my name's Tara. So today, we're going to be making these lovely Pillsbury Doughboy chocolate chip cookies. Along with that, I'm going to be ranting about movie musicals because boy, do I have some thoughts on movie musicals, and I want to get them out, so that's what we're going to do. Anyway, let's start off with some cooking. I'm going to apply butter to this pan so my dough doesn't stick. As I do this, let me discuss the reasoning behind this video. I like musicals. Kind of a lot. Kind of a part of my personality. I especially like it when I don't have to pay $200 to go see a musical, because frankly, I don't feel like doing that. I've actually only ever seen one musical in my entire life, on Broadway, in person, and that musical was SpongeBob SquarePants the musical, which was actually one of the best musicals I've seen in a very long time, and I actually love the soundtrack of it. I actually just think it's a great musical overall, and it definitely was underhyped and undervalued, and should have swept the Tonys, but we're not ready for that conversation yet, so I'll leave that for another day. That being said, I really like the idea of being able to, watch and see musicals at home with my own convenience without having to go all the way out to New York or something. I like that. I think things like uploading pro shots to streaming services like Hamilton and things like that, I think that's great. I think that's such a good thing to do, and I'm glad that we're doing it because it's opening up musical theater to masses that otherwise might have not had it before, Musical theater has become this kind of pretentious thing that you really need to have money in order to really be able to see, an experience really. So the fact that we're being able to open that audience up to people and people are actually being able to see musicals that they may have not been able to see before, that's good. I like that a lot. But there's definitely a bigger difference between uploading a pro shot and uploading a movie musical, which is an actual cinematic movie adaptation of the musical. So, movie musicals, I'm not against either, okay? Again, I think it's great that we're exposing people to musicals so that they can, see it and open their eyes to it and experience it. But I think the problem with movie musicals is that there is so much room for error. Biggest thing I've noticed is that there's a big suspension of disbelief when it comes to Broadway and theater as a whole. And that suspension of disbelief is lowered in movies. You expect the movie to be more realistic. And, when we're watching a movie about a bunch of anthropomorphic cats, played by Taylor Swift and James Corden, kind of hard to watch that. So I think that movie musicals are really a challenge that people don't even realize is a challenge until they actually start, getting the funding for the movie and are on the set ready to make the movie, you know what I mean? So, when movie musicals do come out, I never really put my entire heart and soul into them. I expect them to be average and, just that. I haven't really ever seen a movie musical that's really been amazing and really well done, probably until In the Heights. In the Heights, the movie, was probably one of the first real experiences I got, if not the first experience I got into good movie musicals and a good movie musical. I say that because In the Heights, what it did was it took the medium it was being used in, which was, film, and it added it to the story in a way that wasn't convoluted. It used things like good cinematography and, set design. It took advantage of film as a whole, and it used film to make the story better. Like, for example, in the first opening scene of In the Heights, and with, you know, the opening number In the Heights. By the way, we're gonna have a lot of spoilers in this video for literally all of these musicals and movies and stuff like that. You should have known that already, so get over it. Anyway, at the start of the movie, you have this beautiful shot of, like, Usnavi facing the window, and you have him, like, facing the window, and you can see the reflection of the dancers behind him. You have Anthony Ramos just staring into the camera, and, you know, he's singing his heart out, and it just, that was the first sign I saw that movie was gonna be good. I mean, listen, like, I can go into so many other examples, too, like, you know, 96,000, that whole number in the pool, amazing, incredible. I think that there were some mistakes made in that movie. I think that some songs should have not been cut. I think Abuela did not get enough screen time, and we didn't really get to develop her character enough and actually understand why she's so important to, you know, the block. But honestly, all that kind of stuff didn't really matter, because at the end of the day, it was a good movie, and people went out and they watched it, and it was good, and it was amazing, you know? It definitely did catch my attention. It definitely did surprise me, you know? I didn't expect something like that to be so good. So when it was good, I was happy. So, you know, I'm kind of riding this high from, you know, the In the Heights movie. And then the Dear Evan Hansen trailer drops. And, you know, I had kind of known that Ben Platt was going to play Evan. And I wasn't really okay with it, but I didn't really mind it as long as they were able to pull it off right. When I first saw that trailer, and when I first saw Ben Platt in that role, no. No. Listen, it was a lot to take in, okay? It was a lot of grieving, a lot of coming to terms with the fact that that was actually real. I still cannot even fathom how that movie was made in such the quality it was. Jenny Nicholson did a really good video analyzing Dear Evan Hansen. And honestly, I'm not going to really talk much about the actual movie itself because she does a better job than I am. The point of it is, the point I'm trying to make about it and bringing up this video is that that movie was clearly made to get awards, get Oscars, things like that. It wasn't made out of pure love and pure heart and pure enjoyment for the craft of musical theater and theater as a whole. I say that because if it was made with any of that thought and effort in mind, it wouldn't have included Ben Platt. It wouldn't have included somebody so old. Ben Platt's not old, but somebody who looks so old and obviously just doesn't look like a teenager in high school. Like, honestly, that movie is just the definition of nepotism. Because if you don't know already, the movie's director was Ben Platt's father. You know, it didn't really surprise me when Ben Platt got inserted as the, you know, the head lead. Like, oh my God, it's such an obvious cash grab and attention grab and just award grab, and it's just so obvious, and it's like, why would you even bother? Listen, I understand movies get made to make money. I get that. It's an industry. I'm aware of that. I want to go into the industry one day, okay? I know these things. That being said, owing to the extent that Ben Platt's father and Ben Platt went into getting that movie made, to the point where you ruined the movie, like, literally, that movie could have been okay. If Ben Platt wasn't in it, and if it was just like, I don't know, somebody who's just a little bit younger, maybe one of the younger actors who played Evan on tour or on Broadway or whatever, it could have been like an okay movie, okay? Listen, Dear Evan Hansen is not the best story around, but you know, if there would have been any effort put into it, like actual effort, it could have been so good. But instead, it was garbage, and it's just disappointing to see. You know, it's awful and disappointing, and nobody likes it, okay? Nobody likes to watch a bad movie. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to root for a movie. They want to watch a good movie. They want to be able to go to the movies, see a movie, and enjoy it. It sucks when, you know, a movie comes out and it's just not good. So anyway, I see Dear Evan Hansen and I'm depressed. Okay, I'm upset with the theater industry as a whole. I'm upset with everybody and everything. I don't want to ever see a movie musical again. I want to go sit in my room and cry for weeks because, oh my God, Ben Platt's expressions in that movie are literally traumatizing. But then I remember, oh yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda's coming out with Tick Tick Boom in a couple of months, weeks, whatever. So now I'm kind of, you know, on my seat waiting for this movie to come out. Because, you know, unlike Dear Evan Hansen, it actually looks pretty good in the trailers. When I went into watching Tick Tick Boom, I was completely blind to it. I knew very little more than just the synopsis. I wanted to do research into it more, I really did, but in the end, I chose not to because I didn't really want to spoil it for myself. And I said, hey, what's the worst that could happen? Turns out, the worst did happen, but we'll get to that. First, I need to put these amazing chocolate chips in the oven. Update! I forgot to preheat the oven. I'm a horrible housewife, let me tell you that much. My future husband, I apologize in advance because, girl, this ain't working. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to be putting these in the oven anytime soon. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Tick Tick Boom is coming out in a couple of weeks. I don't know anything about it. Tick Tick Boom comes out. I hear, a little bit here and there. I hear it's pretty decent, good. So I wait a couple of days. I have a night where I'm not doing anything, just kind of relaxing. I watch it, and oh my god, it is probably one of, if not, the best movie musicals I've ever seen. It made me cry, guys. It literally made me cry. And I will explain this to you guys briefly, but I don't cry during movies. I don't cry during anything. I don't cry after watching movies. I don't cry after, finishing a game. I don't cry after reading a book. I don't cry after whatever. It's not that I don't like them. It's not that I'm not immersed. It's just that I don't cry during them. It's just not what I do. Tick Tick Boom literally got me sobbing. And spoiler alert again, please go watch Tick Tick Boom. It's the best movie to ever happen. Do not spoil it for yourself if you don't know anything about it. Please go into it blind. The part that got me sobbing, because remember, I'm going into this blind and I didn't know anything about the movie, I didn't know anything about anything, right? Was the part where Michael tells Jonathan that he has AIDS. The thing is, I kind of knew it was coming. I knew that something with AIDS was gonna occur. I kind of could tell. It still broke me, but it still broke me. I literally just sobbed for the rest of the movie. I was just an emotional catastrophe. Literally up until the very last song, I was just a mess. And it comes down to the acting. I think the actors in it were amazing. The guy who plays Michael, I forget his name right now, it's not coming to me, but I swear to God I will figure it out once I edit the video. Did a phenomenal job as Michael. I thought he was one of the best performances in the movie as a whole. Of course, Andrew Garfield did an impeccable job as, Jonathan Larson. He was amazing. His voice sounded so pristine. Apparently, he didn't know how to actually sing until this movie. So the fact that he was able to just wing it, kinda, sorta, he had lessons, but the fact that he did that, and the fact that I've literally been listening to 3090 and Why on repeat is just crazy. Not only was it just a good movie musical because, it had a good story, which always helps. It's good to have actual good plot for your movie. It feels like a movie. It feels like something real. It doesn't just feel like some cash grab or just something choppy. It feels, deep. I think that comes with the story, but just the thought and care that went into this, I was watching some behind the scenes video with Andrew Garfield and Lin-Manuel Miranda for some promotional stuff, but the way they talked about going out and finding an old video of Jonathan Larson's apartment that he recorded for insurance purposes, the way that they talk about the intent and the detail they went into making the story correct and making it right is just incredible. I think one of the best things that I heard was coming from some YouTube channel that I can't remember the name of. Lin-Manuel Miranda, who directed this movie, could have made any movie he wanted. Lin literally has such a hold on the industry right now. He could have made any musical and it would have been made in just the same amount of time with an enormous budget that would never be matched ever. It could have been anything, but he chose Tick Tick Boom. And I'm glad he chose it because it's a good story. I think it's a great story right now, especially as, places are opening up again and we have, the theater industry as a whole trying to recover from, the pandemic as people are trying to get jobs back and people are, back in that type of busyness. I think it's so important that a story the struggling artist is told again and told in a perspective from somebody who made it out, who was successful. Jonathan Larson, whatever it is worth, it was an amazing and talented and just game-changing individual. He literally made Rent. Rent is just him, I think it's heartbreaking to hear about how he died, and how he died literally like the night before the opening or whatever. It's like something crazy like that. But I think it's also just such a great story because it gives audiences hope. It gives artists hope in life, you know? There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is hope. And, you know, that's exactly what I think the world needed right now. I think the world needed somebody to tell them, hey, it's gonna be okay. There is a light at the end of this tunnel. You can figure it out. You can get there. It just takes time. So yeah, that is my thoughts on Tick Tick Boom. And I still don't have any cookies. I'm gonna put these in the oven right now. I'm gonna be back in like 20-ish minutes when they're done baking. And I'm gonna wrap this video up because I would like to sleep tonight and I would like to eat my cookies and probably rewatch Tick Tick Boom again.
20 minutes later.
Hi Milo. Sorry, my dog's drinking water right now. Very rude about, you know, me recording, but whatever. Anyway, cookies are done. I'm gonna try them. I'm not gonna eat it on camera because that's gross. So, one momento. Y'all, these are so good. Oh my God. I'm so happy I did this. This was a good day. Today's a good day. This was good. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. My conclusion, my closing argument is that movie musicals, they're good. They're good ideas, good concepts, helps the industry, helps everyone. And when it's done right, it makes a really, really good musical that much better. But in order to make a movie musical, you have to understand the medium of film and the medium of theater and understanding how to combine the two properly. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with things like Dear Evan Hansen, which are just cash grab, and a very, very ill-done movie. You end up with mistakes like Cats, which I don't even need to go into why Cats was bad. We are well aware why Cats was bad, okay? Anyway, with that being said, I'll close off this video because I've been rambling for far too long about far too many unimportant topics. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on all my other socials, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all that fun stuff. I swear I don't complain just as much as I do on here, but probably more, so if nobody else loves you in this world, I do. With all that being said, I'm gonna head out now and go rewatch Tick Tick Boom for like the billionth time and just gosh over Andrew Garfield and his amazing, amazing jawline. Bye, friends.
Y'all, look at these cookies. They look so good. Oh my God. Look at them. They're gooey. And oh my God. Guys,